6 years ago this October, after 9 blissful months of a normal and uneventful pregnancy, my husband and I walked into the labor and delivery unit, ready to finally bring home our baby girl. Instead, we were blindsided by the words that no parent ever wants to hear. I'm sorry, there's no heartbeat. What we hadn't known that day as we drove to the hospital was that our daughter had died hours earlier of a temporary kink in her umbilical cord. It was just 2 days before her due date. And so, still in shock, I delivered her beautiful, perfect, but devastatingly still body. We kissed her dark hair and told her how much we love her. We named her Alana. And then we left the hospital alone, faced with the impossible task of picking up the pieces of our shattered life, our daughter's brand new car seat rattling empty in the back seat. We returned home after our stillbirth, a word which even doctors are so averse to saying that I only learned it on the internet a week later. Newly minted parents, only parents without a child. And like all parents, our new role came with expenses. Except in our case, they were for things that no parent should ever have to pay for. Funeral, burial, headstone, autopsy, genetic testing, grief support. We were more fortunate than most bereaved families in that my husband's excellent employer medical insurance took the brunt of the financial blow, and our funeral home generously performed their services at a steep discount. But even so, those unexpected costs quickly eclipsed the amount we budgeted for diapers and wipes and adorable miniature clothes. By what should have been Alana's first birthday, we were several $1,000s in a hole. To add insult to injury, just as we were beginning to find our footing in those bleak, dark months after our daughter's death, when we paid our annual visit to our accountant to file our taxes, my CPA, much to his dismay, was tasked with breaking the news that our daughter did not in fact qualify for any dependent tax benefits. Because she had never taken a breath, he explained, she did not count in the eyes of New York State as having lived and died. She did not count, according to our government, as our child. And so, as any bereaved parent can tell you happens far too often in far too many circumstances, our daughter's existence was denied before our very eyes, and we drove home empty-handed once more. The worst part of this story, I've come to learn, is that it's not unique. What happened to me happens to 70 other families every single day in this country. It will happen to 1,500 families in New York this year alone. A shocking 1 in 160 pregnancies ends in stillbirth. Many of them, like mine, normal and healthy until they're not. In fact, each year, stillbirth claims the lives of more children than prematurity, SIDS, car accidents, cancer, drowning, flu, gun violence, fire, and poison combined. But this doesn't have to be the case. If families and their healthcare providers are educated on stillbirth risk, there are many simple steps they can take to protect vulnerable babies. Paying close attention to baby's movements, sleeping on your side in the 3rd trimester, and acting quickly on any intuitions of trouble have all been shown to improve outcomes. But most families don't learn about these things until it's already too late. Why? Stigma is why. And a big part of that stigma is the persistent but false narrative that pregnancy and infant loss are rare. If you include miscarriage, SIDS, and other neonatal deaths, 1 in 4 women will lose a baby at some point during pregnancy, delivery, or infancy. 1 in 4. And yet the vast majority of us are suffering in silence. That's where Awareness Month comes in. Because people are so reluctant to talk about pregnancy loss, families do not know that they are literally surrounded by others who have been in their shoes and can offer them valuable support. Our local Star Legacy Foundation chapter maintains an extensive list of support resources on our website. We offer trained peer companion mentors, confidential online support groups that you can access from the comfort of your home, and a 24/7 professional grief counseling phone line, all at no cost, and so much more. There is no reason that any family who has lost their baby should suffer through on their own. Please hear me when I say that you are not alone. If you or someone you care about has been touched by pregnancy or infant loss, there are a lot of really simple things you can do this October to participate in Awareness Month. Some, like lighting a candle for tonight's International Wave of Light at 7 p.m. or changing your social media profile frame, take only seconds. Better yet, invest a few minutes in empowering mothers to have healthy pregnancies. You only need a few moments to send any expectant families you know a copy of our free parenting and pregnancy brochure, or to fill out a survey for the Pregnancy Research Project and get your experiences directly into the hands of leading researchers across the globe. Tonight, as buildings and landmarks around the world light up in pink and blue in honor and remembrance of Alana and all babies amongst the stars, I invite you to learn more at starlegacyfoundation.org/October 15th. I think I speak for the entire baby loss community when I say how grateful we are to Senator Mayer, Assemblyman Buchwald, and all of the courageous representatives who have championed the Silver tax credit bill. Thank you for helping us to bring pregnancy loss out of the shadows. Together, we can change these devastating numbers. We owe it to the babies we've lost and to all yet to come to try. Because every pregnancy deserves a happy ending. Thank you. I'd like now to present Senator Mayer and Assemblyman Buchwald with some Awareness Month bracelets.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, Samantha. Thank you for your very moving